So this is my quiz question to all of you. All right. Which country I am speaking about when you see that data up there? Which country is that? Oh, it's not Afghanistan? No, not Pakistan, not Iraq. Why would you say right away USA, right? We know when we look at other countries, our country is no different when it comes to these issues. This is so unfortunate. If that is the case, that means we need to make sure what could be the solutions that we can come up with that God provided from the scriptures. I went to St. Louis for a similar open house. After the presentation, in the Q&A session, a lady took the mic and then she started to cry. I was becoming a bit stressful, maybe I said something wrong, maybe I did something wrong. So we asked the question, ma'am, what makes you cry? Why are you crying? So then she said on the mic in front of everyone, the reason I'm crying is because of what you said, Sabeel, about the excellent treatment of mothers, wives, and daughters that you have in Islam. So what did I say to her, right? What did I mention to her that made that lady emotional and crying? All right, disrespect of parents is there. So what does the Quran say about parents and about mothers? In our society, most of the time we have like Mother's Day, we send the flowers, and the mother maybe is in a senior home. Once a year we, give her a call. But what does Islam say about parents? In chapter 17, verse number 23, Islam says that be dutiful to your parents. If one or both of them attain old age in your life, say not to them a word of disrespect, nor shout at them, always speak to them gently. See, that is Islam. When we see all of the nursing homes and the senior homes out there, I say to my children and to the youth that there is no concept of the senior home in Islam. The nursing home or the senior home of the parents is the home of the child. That is Islam. That's what we can learn from God's guidance. What about mothers? Motherhood in Islam is such an honorable position and a title that Allah God has given. One time, one of the Muslims came to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and asked him this really important question. Of all the people in the world, who should be my love, my allegiance, my kindness, my help should go towards? And Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said, your mother. Now the person became curious. Okay, after the mother, then who? And then the Prophet said, your mother. Look at the trend here, right? Then he became more curious. Okay, then after the mother, then who? The Prophet said, your mother. The fourth time, Jim, the Prophet said, your father. No, this time the father, by the way, right? At least one time, right? So I say that if mom and dad, if they were playing a spiritual Olympics, the mom gets the gold medal, the silver medal, and the bronze medal, and poor dads like me, they come home with a participation prize, right? That is the respect that God has given to mothers. And also fathers, there's a lot of other narrations that speaks about the honor also for the fathers. See, before Islam came, women were subjugated and they didn't have any voice. They were taken as objects. They were inherited before Islam came to Arabia. And this was common in Europe, South America, China, all over the world. But then with the guidance of God, look at the rights that God has given to Muslim women. I'm going to compare the rights given to Muslim women in the 7th century compared to the rights that we got in this country just lately, maybe 100 years ago. And what are those rights? So this is a quick comparison. In this country, the right to vote for the women after so much struggle finally was given in the 1920. Islam gave that right to have a say in the political process way back in the 7th century. So look how advanced Islam is when it comes to compared to women and the political system. Number 2, right? The right to own property. Any one of the ladies over here, you can take a check, a credit card, or cash and go and buy a home, a car, or any property. That was not the case, Laurie, until 1861. And even in 1861, it were only the white Caucasian married ladies, not the brown, not the black, not the unmarried, only the Caucasian white ladies married. They were given that right starting from 1861 in Illinois. Islam gave that right way back in the 7th century, 1400 years advanced than what we have here. The right to inherit, it's a guarantee in Islam that every lady, may that be a mother, a wife, a daughter, she has the right to inherit from the deceased. How about the right to keep the last name? Not until 1855. You know, when I got married, we went to the DuPage County clerk, the court. And as they gave us the certificate of marriage, the clerk asked my wife, okay, what should we change your last name to? She got a bit annoyed. She said, why would you like to change my name, change his name, right? Pointing to me, correct? Islam gave her that right and that honor and that respect to keep the last name. And it was not so in this country until 1855. Okay, we are not done yet, right? We're not done yet. Not until 1840, women in this country, they were not able to gain higher education. But Islam gave that right to the Muslim women way back in the 7th century. Okay, quiz time again. Okay, quiz time again. Whose name can I read from far away? All right, okay, Jim, it's for you. The resident scholar of the mosque over here, all right? Jim, quiz question for you. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, the oldest continuous university in the whole world is which one? Is it Harvard or Oxford or Penn State or Cambridge or Stanford? Which one do you think? Sue, do you know the answer? Which one?
I said I should know this.
You should know this, okay. Nobody looks at the smartphones now, right? We are watching you, yes. Jim. Al-Azhar in Egypt, it is the second oldest. But the oldest one is not in Europe, not in Asia, not in Australia, not in the US, not in Canada, not in South America. Which continent besides Antarctica, all right? That I'm left with, yes. Which continent? Africa. Africa and the country of Morocco in the city of Fez, that's where the oldest continuous university according to UNESCO and according to the Guinness Book of World Records. A Muslim country, but even amazing than that, it was a Muslim lady wearing the hijab. She made the oldest university in the world, continuous. That is Islam. That's what Islam empowered. You know, when our ladies, when they were having the suffrage, fighting for the rights, going to college and universities and, you know, right to inherit, Muslim ladies in the 7th, 8th, 9th centuries, they were building hospitals, pharmacies, and yes, universities. That is true Islam, not what the media shows you, right? Media only shows you the cultural aspect. So it will not be fair for me, when I was in India, to judge the US or Christianity based on the crime rate over here. I cannot judge Christianity based upon the crime rate. That is culture, those are the streets, right? That's the environment. But Christianity, Jim would say, would be something else. In the same way, it's a good lesson for all of us. Anytime, anywhere, if you see something on the media, automatically, and then you should know, is that culture or is it the teachings of Islam?